everyone, and welcome back to my channel, Handmade by Ying with Donna. Today's little tidbit is really simple on my project that I'm working on. It's the Scrappy Quilt Along that I'm doing with some other content creators, and it's going to be fun to see how it comes together in the end. But in between projects, all we did was pulled from our stash, pulled up whatever scraps that we had to put this project together. So along the way, I'm doing the little video blogs as to the process of mine and how it's going to come together in the end. But this segment of mine is going to be about the importance of your acorn pen. I use the precision acorn pen when I'm doing my blocks, and it makes your seams lay extremely flat. I like things to come together really well. So I buy mine from Stephanie Stitch's website. I'm not sure where else they are that you can get them, but that just happens to be where I get mine. So if you're interested in the product, either look it up or go to Stephanie Stitch's website and order. So now I've got my pen locked and loaded, and I always give it a little bit of a shake. This is the block that we're working on right now, and these top blocks in the center and the bottom, I've already ironed those flat before I went ahead and put the whole block together. So what I'm doing now is I'll just uncap it, and I finger press just to get it started for myself. And then I'm going to give it a little bit of the best press. Well, it's not best press. The precision acorn pen. It's been a game changer for me, and I'm sure a lot of other ones as well. So I hit my seam really heavy anytime I'm doing a project like this, because they go together so much nicer when you're getting them flat. So let me come down this whole seam. While I've got it out, I'm going to go ahead and do this one as well. Just finger press it a little bit and then run your acorn pen up it. If you don't have the acorn pen, that's fine. You can just go ahead and do your normal pressing, but this particular pattern does call for all of your seams to be ironed flat. Normally you would go to the dark, and this one, because of the way it's going to come together, we have to iron them flat. So I've got that done. Now you can start wherever you'd like. And then I've learned pressing is a lot different than when you're just ironing. So you just go along and get it as flat as you can. Now I've got it flat, so I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and just go ahead and now I can literally iron it out. I just wanted to get it to where everything was flat. And I'm double checking to make sure all my blocks are lined up, and they look quite nice. And as you can see from the back, everything's good and flat. And this is the front, and I'm using two different kinds of background. So for this one here, I'm going to go ahead and show you the block before I get started. So you can see the crease, but that's just the way that I had laid them out and getting them ready to go. So I'll do this one more time for you. I'm just going to finger press it here. And I just find running your finger up the seam really does help quite a bit. And then doing the same thing over here. And I've also got a seam clapper I'll use for this block just to show you. One with the seam clapper and one without the seam clapper. And this is mine. It's by Riley Blake Designs. So now we're going to shake the pen again. And all you're going to do is just come down where you finger pressed it, and I go heavy where my seams meet, and it just makes it nice. This is going off my board a little bit. Like I said, I go heavy where it's joining because I want to make sure that I'm not missing something I should. So I'm finished now with my acorn pin, so I'm going to set it aside. I'm going to come up this side, and I'm just going to press it. Just give it a press. And all that's doing is locking your seam in. Then I'm going to take my clapper and lay it on it, and that's going to help it cool and lay really good and flat. As I'm going along. So I'm going to lay my iron down, and I'm going to go ahead and flip it over and just lay it flat. And now you can press it out where you see your little wrinkles. My fabric's been laying up a bit in the totes, so I honestly didn't even press it or iron it prior to this project because everything had already been done and they were just in little stacks. So this is your little tidbit for today on the 9 patch. So this is the 9 patch. The next video is going to show you how we're going to make it disappear, and it's going to come together really nice. So I'll see you back in the next video, and thanks again for joining me.